During the 1950s, Laredo was an atmosphere of excitement and activity. With the return of our brave fighting men and women, the post-war economy was booming. Laredo was growing and growing fast. So was something else: polio. Laredo, already reeling from the disease's grip, didn't have resources to help those stricken with the disease. But one woman, a New York transplant, took her grit and determination to meet polio head-on. Ruth B. Cowell. Cowell boldly put forth her own resources and established Laredo's first and only clinic to treat polio patients. In 1959, Cowell and a small team of volunteers opened the Laredo Rehabilitation Center, offering hope to the community's polio patients. Even though Dr. Jonas Salk's polio vaccine came 3 years later and the disease was on its way to eventual control, Cowell recognized that a need remained for rehabilitative services. She redirected her focus to providing much-needed care to people in the community, children and adults, who needed occupational therapy, orthopedic care, and treatment of spinal defects, among other issues. Some 10 years after the LRC opened, the board voted to change its name to the Ruth B. Cowell Rehabilitation Center as a testament to the founder's courage and commitment to Laredo. Over the course of 50 years, countless Laredoans have come through the doors of the Ruth B. Cowell Rehabilitation Center. Whether it's a cleft palate, difficulty in walking, speech therapy, or amputation, every patient has found healing and, more importantly, hope.
I came in after a severe accident.
Nikki's story is the story of many of the center's clients.
My muscles deteriorated quite a bit. It was incredibly painful. At the time when I came in, I was still in a wheelchair. I was still very fragile, and it was good for me to be able to come to a site like Ruth B. Cowell. There are many more machines that I'm able to use, and of course staff resources that I can use to help with my recovery.
The center goes beyond the rehabilitative services by treating the entire person.
At Ruth B. Cowell, obviously it offered a bigger challenge, and that's what obviously we all need, whether it's in our physical self, our minor movements, or our emotional health. I think Ruth B. Cowell has a focus on all three.
One of the truly marvelous aspects of the Ruth B. Cowell Center is that it remains true to its founder's principles. Its mission is to assist all disabled, handicapped, and physically challenged individuals whose condition can be improved by the services offered at the center, regardless of age, origin, race, nationality, creed, or economic status. Young and old, men and women, rich and poor, all have found a warm welcome and loving assistance at the center.
I got a call one day from the school nurse. They had given health exams or physical exams to all the girls, and my daughter had been diagnosed with scoliosis. The school nurse recommended or referred me to Ruth B. Cowell, so I tried it, and they were very receptive. They have wonderful compassion.
For Ruth B. Cowell, it's about helping them make the emotional and psychological adjustment through counseling and a lot of positive encouragement and reinforcement.
Thanks to Ruth B. Cowell, I feel that my daughter made it. I'll always be grateful to Ruth B. Cowell, and I tell everybody my story.
Ms. Cowell never received a paycheck.
I would like to mention that I do not get a salary. I have never gotten a salary or an expense account, and I still do not get a salary or an expense account.
She often noted, if I ever got a salary, I would have to raise that money. Instead, she chose to use all of the money she raised towards helping the community. Between the Laredo of 1959 and the Laredo of today, a lot has happened. We have made great strides in technology, medicine, and many other things. But one thing has not changed: the community's need for therapeutic care. For these 50 years, our community has been blessed to have the Ruth B. Cowell Center. Ms. Cowell passed away in 2008, but through the efforts of one woman, the entire community continues to benefit. And that is the greatest testimony to the generous spirit of Ruth B. Cowell and the center that bears her name.